Hey guys, how is it going? It's Ben, gonna make a quick video on how to do the timeline if you were a little confused because a couple people texted me. Obviously I did offer my help here. So basically first off, obviously you can copy and paste our teacher's link right here. So Flynn's timeline is easily accessible and ready to go if you want to check it out. Um, Really pretty straightforward. You can see the headline as well as the title for the project, the start time of the project, and all that good stuff. So what we're going to go over is how to make one. To make one, just go to Night Lab Timeline. Go ahead and search for that. It'll come up right away at the top thing. Now I am going to be showing how to use the beta version because that's what I use myself because I love to experiment with the latest tech, to be honest. So I'll show you how to use the beta version. It's very simple. From what I could tell, it's basically the same as the current normal version, non-beta version, except the template is a little different. So you just want to scroll down to make a timeline. There's 3 easy steps. The first thing you want to do is click on this blue dock right here. It says template. It'll pull you up with this visual display of an example of the template. And at the top you hit use this template. You will need to be logged into a Google account. Your UDEL email account works perfectly fine for this. I'm logged into a separate Gmail account. As you can see, there's lots of different columns. The red section here is all for the start dates of projects. You're going to want to change these starting years all to be 2015 because we're obviously not in 2011 or 2012 now. Start time, you're probably going to want to delete everything out of this column. And then your end of year when the project ends should also be 2015, etc., etc., etc. The headline is what is going to display as the big bolded header for the slide, essentially, if we're comparing this to a PowerPoint slide. And your text right here is going to be the description, essentially. Media, under media, you will put in any Google image links that you find. So what this means is, say you want an example, so this is called a Flickr example. So we'd want to find a picture of Flickr. Go to Google Images, we find a picture of Flickr on Google Images. You can go ahead and right click on the image you find, hit copy image URL. Once again, copy image URL, and then you could just paste it in this box right here, getting rid of the already selected. And you can see now that inside this box, if we click on the link, it'll now take us to the Flickr image we found on Google. Awesome. So that's kind of the main things you need to get out of here. Media thumbnails will make it look fancy, but don't worry about those if you're it's a little bit of extra effort and stuff to make those, so I'm not going to go over them. But yeah, you can also hover over the top of these columns to see what is optional. Pretty much everything is optional. You can choose to ignore this section all the way on the right completely, or if you know about hex codes and color codes, you can feel free to change this and mess around and make your timeline look pretty awesome. So I have already completed my timeline, so here's an example of what kind of like a completed timeline could look like. As you can see, I did change all the years to 2015, start times. I did not specify any particular starting hour of the day. However, I did on some of these specify an end hour because it looks like a lot of the projects are due at 11 a.m. on certain mornings. This information was gathered through the assignments as well as on the syllabus. It was a little bit speculation on my part because not everything is firmly written as far as the due dates and start times of things. So don't look for exact dates. You might not find them necessarily on some of these projects. So yeah, once again, headline's going to be the title for the slide, description, all the pictures I got are in the media section, all the links to those. And the media credit, I included that as well, just mostly just the websites, or this was by a particular author who drew the picture, so I put his name. Not a big deal though. So once you've completed your spreadsheet and it's all filled out, it actually takes a while, surprisingly. I was surprised by how long it took. But so you'd go to File, and then under File there's a button that says Publish to the Web. Now, some of you may have shared documents before, and sharing documents is different than publishing it to the web. So we're just going to hit done. So you do not want to share. So you want to go to File, Publish to the Web, and then I have already published my document. But you want to make sure you have it selected as entire document, web page, and then you would just, the blue publish button, it'll ask you to confirm your selection, and you would just select yes. And then once you've done that, you would copy the link that appears right here. Remember, make sure you hit publish before you copy this link. So once you have that link, you can go back to the main timeline screen here. Sorry, we have the beta. Once again, this is for the beta. So to get to that, you would be on this is the main very first page. When you type in Night Lab Timeline, go on their website, try the beta, and then once you've tried the beta, you'd scroll down. So we've completed the first step. We filled out the Google spreadsheet. We've published it to the web. That is step number 2. And then the third thing you have to do is just copy the information. So you're just copying this link right here from the publish to web screen, and you're going to put it in this box right here. There are optional settings to adjust the display and the appearance of the width and height, as well as a couple other things for your timeline. I didn't mess around with these. However, it's just cool to note that they are there. So once you've pasted that in, you can hit preview or get link to preview. So hitting the preview button will just make it display right here on the page. However, what you're going to want to do is get link to preview. So once again, get link to preview under step 4. Nothing needs to be changed in this box right here. And this will pull up my timeline. So as you can see, my timeline right here, the very first thing I have is the professional dispositions listed, and then media, and we can kind of keep scrolling. So once again, this is my digital story. You can see I kind of have this book picture. Digital story is the header. This is the title. I have the start time is October 13th, and then the end time is 11 a.m. November 12th. And so then this will be your timeline. Right here you can see digital story at the top. It is overlapping with new media literacy's proposal. So you can see a little bit of overlap there. But yeah, that's basically how you make your timeline. So once again, after you've hit get link to preview, it'll open in a new window. Once you have it in a new window, copy the URL at the top here. So copy this in your browser. And then you would go back to our assignments page, hit reply. And then under reply, you can type in my timeline. If you highlight the words my timeline, and then you select link to URL, it looks like 2 kind of paper clips or 3 paper clips combined. You can insert the link. So right click and hit paste, or hit Control V or Command V if you are on Mac, and you can insert the link right there. So now our words that my timeline is now a hyperlink to the website. So if I were to post this reply right now, it'll be all the way at the bottom, as you can see, and it says my timeline. I can click on that and it'll pull up your timeline. So hopefully that helped you guys. I don't know how long this video is, but yeah, peace.